कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा।
श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा।
श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा।
श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा।
अच्युतं केशवं नाम नारायणं, कृष्ण दामोदरं वासुदेव।
Hari Om everyone, Jai Shri Krishna. Welcome to session 9 of this year's online Gita Parayan and Satsang. We have a wonderful session today. We are going to chant chapters 13 and 14 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, followed by a lecture by Dr. Anandaji. We are very much looking forward to that. As we begin, just a quick reminder, the big upcoming event is the Sampurna Gita Parayan on the 1st of December, the Mokshada Ekadashi day. This is going to be held at PGP Hall, and we are expecting close to 400 people to join in the chanting. So please make sure you register. Please make sure your friends and family also register so that we will be able to manage the logistics on that day, and together we can all chant the Gita and seek the blessings of the Lord. So with those, let us begin with invocation prayers, followed by the welcome address, and then Gita Dhyanam, Parayan of the various chapters, Gita Mahatmyam, and then over to Anandaji for the lecture on chapters 13 and 14. May I welcome Veena-ji to please chant the invocation prayers, please.
Om. 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Saha Viryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shuklambaradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanavadanam Dhyayet Sarvavighnopashantaye. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Thank you very much, Veena-ji. I will now invite Srimati Shivani Khirwal, who is the president of Vijar Singapore, to deliver the welcome address. Before that, a quick introduction to Shivani-ji. Shivani-ji is the president of Vijar Singapore. It's a very vibrant community organization that celebrates the rich heritage, cultural heritage of two states of India, Bihar and Jharkhand. So under Shivani-ji's leadership, Vijar has organized numerous cultural events. One of those which really worth mentioning is Vijar Cultural Confluence 2025. So in this event, they have showcased traditional music, dance, festivals like Chhat Puja. These are something which are very close to the community in Bihar and Jharkhand. So this is the way they are bringing that to Singapore and helping to preserve and promote the traditions of our homeland, and also fostering a very deep sense of community. So in addition to her role at Bijar, Shivaniji volunteers for various non-profit organizations. She supports various social causes and community development. She is a very big advocate for cultural preservation and community engagement. So let me now welcome Shivaniji. Shivaniji, over to you.
Yeah. Jai Shri Krishna, everyone. A very good morning to all the respected saints, organizers, and dear members of our spiritual family joining us virtually today. It's truly an honor and blessing to be the part of this divine gathering on the occasion of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Parayan, and Satsang. The Bhagavad Gita is not just a sacred scripture, it is a manual for life. Every shlokas carry deep wisdom and offering practical guidance for the challenges we face daily and the spiritual path we walk within. The Parayan help us absorb this divine knowledge with sincerity and devotions, while Satsang give us the opportunity to reflect together, to listen and to uplift one another in the company of the truth and positivity. In today's fast-paced and often overwhelming world, such moments of spiritual connections are both rare and invaluable. About Bijhar organization, for those of you who are hearing for us for the first time, Bijhar Singapore is the non-profit cultural community organization representing the people of Bihar and Jharkhand living in Singapore. The name Bijhar beautifully reflects the unity of Bihar plus Jharkhand. Bijhar Singapore was the lead organization of Gita Jayanti celebration in 2018. At Bijhar, we deeply committed to promoting values of service, cultural and spirituality. Our key focuses areas include organizing cultural events that celebrate our rich traditions, supporting social cause and welfare activities such as food distributions and health drives, engaging in the community service to uplift those in need, and participating in spiritual gatherings like today's Gita Parayan and Satsang. We believe that service, seva, spirituality, sadhana go hand in hand in building a strong, compassionate society. A timeless teaching from the Gita, one of the most fundamental verses of the Gita, which deeply inspire us at Bijhar is Karmane vadikaraste ma faleshu kadachana ma karma fal heturbhur mate sa sangost aswakarmani. Adhyaya 2, Shloka 47. You have the right to perform your actions, but never to the fruits to those actions. Let not the result of your action be your motive, and do not attest to inactions. This beautifully message teaches us the essence of selfless duty, detachment from the outcome, and importance of righteous action. Values we try to uphold in our work and daily lives. On behalf of Bijhar Singapore, I offer a heartfelt gratitude to the organizing committee for allowing us to be the part of this sacred and uplifting occasion. May the teaching of the Bhagavad Gita continues to inspire us, guide our choices, and lead us toward our life of peace, wisdom, and purpose. Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you all, and may your day be filled with your divine blessings. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shivaniji, for informing us, for letting us know about Bijar, and for all the support that you have given us for the Gita Jayanti. And we do hope that you will continue to support us in all of these activities that lead to our community really coming together. Thank you so much. We will now begin the Parayan of the Gita. We will begin with Gita Dhyanam, followed by the of chapters 13, which Veenaji will be doing. And then we will have Padmini ji who will be chanting chapter 14 and the Gita Mahatmyam. We are shortly going to also show the slokas on the screen. So we welcome you to follow and chant along with our lead chanters. Let me just bring it up so that everyone can. Vinaji?
Yeah. ॐ श्रीपरमात्मने नमः अथ गीताध्यानम् ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलम् गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधना बोधितम् लोके सज्जन षट्पदैरहरहः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयात् भारत पङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसि न श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुल्लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततत्कतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः अथ त्रयोदशोऽध्यायः क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञविभागयोगः श्रीभगवानुवाच इदं शरीरं कौन्तेय क्षेत्रमित्यभिधीयते एतद्यो वेत्ति तं प्राहुः क्षेत्रज्ञ इति तद्विदः क्षेत्रज्ञं चापि मां विद्धि सर्वक्षेत्रेषु भारत क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोर्ज्ञानं यत्तज्ज्ञानं मतं मम तत्क्षेत्रं यच्च यादृक् च यद्विकारि यतश्च यत् स च यो यत्प्रभावश्च तत्समासेन मे शृणु ऋषिभिर्बहुधा गीतं छन्दोभिर्विविधैः पृथक् ब्रह्मसूत्रपदैश्चैव हेतुमद्भिर्विनिश्चितैः महाभूतान्यहङ्कारः बुद्धिरव्यक्तमेव च इन्द्रियाणि दशैकञ्च पञ्चचेन्द्रियगोचराः इच्छा द्वेषसुखं दुःखं सङ्घातश्चेतना धृतिः एतत् क्षेत्रं समासेन सविकारमुदाहृतम् अमानित्वमदम्भित्वम् अहिंसा क्षान्तिरार्जवम् आचार्योपासनं शौचं स्थैर्यमात्मविनिग्रहः इन्द्रियार्थेषु वैराग्यम् अनहङ्कार एव च जन्म मृत्युजरा व्याधि दुःखदोषानुदर्शनम् असक्तिरनभिष्वङ्गः पुत्रदारगृहादिषु नित्यं च समचित्तत्वम् इष्टानिष्टोपपत्तिषु मयि चानन्ययोगेन भक्तिरव्यभिचारिणी विविक्तदेशसेवित्वम् अरतेर्जनसंसदि अध्यात्मज्ञाननित्यत्वं तत्त्वज्ञानार्थदर्शनम् एतज्ज्ञानमिति प्रोक्तम् अज्ञानं यदतोऽन्यथा ज्ञेयं यत्तत् प्रवक्ष्यामि यज्ञात्वामृतमश्नुते अनादिमत्परं ब्रह्म न सत्तन्नासदुच्यते सर्वतः पाणिपादन्तत् सर्वतोक्षिशिरोमुखम् सर्वतः श्रुतिमल्लोके सर्वमावृत्य तिष्ठति सर्वेन्द्रियगुणाभासं सर्वेन्द्रियविवर्जितम् असक्तं सर्वभृच्चैव निर्गुणं गुणभोक्तृ च बहिरन्तश्च भूतानाम् अचरञ्चरमेव च सूक्ष्मत्वात् तदविज्ञेयं दूरस्थं चान्तिके च तत् अविभक्तं च भूतेषु विभक्तमिव च स्थितं भूतभर्तृ च तज्ज्ञेयं ग्रसिष्णुप्रभविष्णु च ज्योतिषामपि तज्ज्योतिः तमसः परमुच्यते ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं ज्ञानगम्यं हृदि सर्वस्य विष्ठितम् इति क्षेत्रं तथा ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं चोक्तं समासतः मद्भक्त एतद्विज्ञाय मद्भावायोपपद्यते प्रकृतिं पुरुषं चैव विध्यनादि उभावपि विकारांश्च गुणांश्चैव विद्धि प्रकृतिसम्भवान् कार्यकारणकर्तृत्वे हेतुः प्रकृतिरुच्यते पुरुषः सुखदुःखानां भोक्तृत्वे हेतुरुच्यते पुरुषः प्रकृतिस्थो हि भुङ्क्ते प्रकृतिजान् गुणान् कारणं गुणसङ्गोऽस्य सदसत्यो निजन्मसु उपद्रष्टानुमन्ता च भर्ता भोक्ता महेश्वरः परमात्मेति चाप्युक्तः देहेऽस्मिन् पुरुषः परः य एवं वेत्ति पुरुषं प्रकृतिं च गुणैः सह सर्वथा वर्तमानोऽपि न स भूयोऽभिजायते ध्यानेनात्मनि पश्यन्ति केचिदात्मानमात्मना अन्ये साङ्ख्येन योगेन कर्मयोगेन चापरे अन्ये त्वेवमजानन्तः श्रुत्वान्येभ्य उपासते तेऽपि चातितरन्त्येव मृत्युं श्रुतिपरायणाः यावत् सञ्जायते किञ्चित् सत्त्वं स्थावरजङ्गमं क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञसंयोगात् तद्विद्धि भरतर्षभ समं सर्वेषु भूतेषु तिष्ठन्तं परमेश्वरं विनश्यत्स्व विनश्यन्तं यः पश्यति स पश्यति समं पश्यन् हि सर्वत्र समवस्थितमीश्वरं न हि नस्त्यात्मनात्मानं ततो याति पराङ्गतिम् प्रकृत्यैव च कर्माणि क्रियमाणानि सर्वशः यः पश्यति तथात्मानम् अकर्तारं स पश्यति यदा भूतपृथक्भावम् एकस्थमनुपश्यति तत एव च विस्तारं ब्रह्म सम्पद्यते तदा अनादित्वान्निर्गुणत्वात् परमात्मायमव्ययः शरीरस्थोऽपि कौन्तेय न करोति न लिप्यते यथा सर्वगतं सौक्ष्म्यात् आकाशन्नोपलिप्यते सर्वत्रावस्थितो देहे तथात्मानोपलिप्यते यथा प्रकाशयत्येकः कृत्स्नं लोकमिमं रविः क्षेत्रं क्षेत्री तथा कृत्स्नं प्रकाशयति भारत क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोरेवम् अन्तरञ्ज्ञानचक्षुषा भूतप्रकृतिमोक्षं च ये विदुर्यान्ति ते परम् ॐ तत्सत् इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञविभागयोगो नाम त्रयोदशोऽध्यायः।
Thank you, Vinaji. Over to Padmini ji for chapter 14.
ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः। अथ चतुर्दशोऽध्यायः गुणत्रयविभागयोगः। श्रीभगवानुवाच परं भूयः प्रवक्ष्यामि ज्ञानानां ज्ञानमुत्तमं यज्ञात्वा मुनयः सर्वे परां सिद्धिमितो गताः। इदं ज्ञानमुपाश्रित्य मम साधर्म्यमागताः सर्गेऽपि नोपजायन्ते प्रलये न व्यथन्ति च। मम यो निर्महद्ब्रह्म तस्मिन् गर्भं दधाम्यहं सम्भवः सर्वभूतानां ततो भवति भारत। सर्वयोनिषु कौन्तेय मूर्तयः सम्भवन्ति याः तासां ब्रह्म महद्योनिः अहं बीजप्रदः पिता। सत्त्वं रजस्तम इति गुणाः प्रकृतिसम्भवाः निबध्नन्ति महाबाहो देहे देहिनमव्ययम्। तत्र सत्त्वं निर्मलत्वात् प्रकाशकमनामयम् सुखसङ्गेन बध्नाति ज्ञानसङ्गेन चानघ। रजो रागात्मकं विद्धि तृष्णासङ्गसमुद्भवम् तन्निबध्नाति कौन्तेय कर्मसङ्गेन देहिनम्। तमस्त्वज्ञानजं विद्धि मोहनं सर्वदेहिनां प्रमादालस्य निद्राभिः तन्निबध्नाति भारत। सत्त्वं सुखे संजयति रजः कर्मणि भारत। ज्ञानमावृत्य तु तमः प्रमादे संजयत्युत। रजस्तमश्चाभिभूय सत्त्वं भवति भारत। रजः सत्त्वं तमश्चैव तमः सत्त्वं रजस्तथा। सर्वद्वारेषु देहेऽस्मिन् प्रकाश उपजायते ज्ञानै यदा तदा विद्यात् विवृद्धं सत्त्वमित्युत। लोभः प्रवृत्तिरारम्भः कर्मणामशमस्पृहा रजस्येतानि जायन्ते विवृद्धे भरतर्षभ। अप्रकाशो प्रवृत्तिश्च प्रमादो मोह एव च। तमस्येतानि जायन्ते विवृद्धे कुरु नन्दन। यदा सत्त्वे प्रवृद्धे तु प्रलयं याति देहभृत् तदोत्तमविदान् लोकान् अमलान् प्रतिपद्यते। रजसि प्रलयं गत्वा कर्मसङ्गिषु जायते तथा प्रलीनस्तमसि मूढयोनिषु जायते। कर्मणः सुकृतस्याहुः सात्विकं निर्मलं फलं रजसस्तु फलं दुःखम् अज्ञानं तमसः फलं। सत्त्वात् संजायते ज्ञानं रजसो लोभ एव च। प्रमादमोहौ तमसः भवतो ज्ञानमेव च। ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्थाः मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः जघन्यगुणवृत्तिस्थाः अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः। नान्यं गुणेभ्यः कर्तारं यदा द्रष्टानुपश्यति गुणेभ्यश्च परं वेत्ति मद्भावं सोऽधिगच्छति। गुणानेतानतीत्यत्रीन् देही देहसमुद्भवान् जन्म मृत्युजरा दुःखैः विमुक्तोऽमृतमश्नुते अर्जुन उवाच कैर्लिङ्गैस्त्रीन् गुणानेतान् अतीतो भवति प्रभो किमाचारः कथं चैतान् त्रीन् गुणानतिवर्तते श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रकाशं च प्रवृत्तिं च मोहमेव च पाण्डव न द्वेष्टि सम्प्रवृत्तानि न निवृत्तानि काङ्क्षति उदासीनवदासीनः गुणैर्यो न विचाल्यते गुणा वर्तन्त इत्येव योऽवतिष्ठति नेङ्गते समदुःखसुखस्वस्थः समलोष्टाश्मकाञ्चनः तुल्यप्रिया प्रियो धीरः तुल्यनिन्दात्मसंस्तुतिः मानापमानयोस्तुल्यः तुल्यो मित्रारिपक्षयोः सर्वारम्भपरित्यागी गुणातीतः स उच्यते माञ्चयो व्यभिचारेण भक्तियोगेन सेवते सगुणान् समतीत्यैतान् ब्रह्मभूयाय कल्पते ब्रह्मणो हि प्रतिष्ठाहम् अमृतस्याव्ययस्य च शाश्वतस्य च धर्मस्य सुखस्यैकान्तिकस्य च ॐ तत्सत् इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे गुणत्रयविभागयोगो नाम चतुर्दशोऽध्यायः हरिः ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्
Padmini ji, we also chant the Gita Mahatmyam. Could I request you to chant the Gita Mahatmyam also?
ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः अथ गीता माहात्म्यम् गीताशास्त्रमिदं पुण्यं यः पठेत् प्रयतः पुमान् विष्णोः पदमवाप्नोति भयशोकादिवर्जितः गीताध्ययनशीलस्य प्राणायामपरस्य च नैव सन्ति हि पापानि पूर्वजन्मकृतानि च मलनिर्मोचनं पुंसां जलस्नानं दिने दिने सकृद्गीताम्भसि स्नानं संसारमलनाशनं गीतासु गीता कर्तव्या किमन्यैः शास्त्रविस्तरैः या स्वयं पद्मनाभस्य मुखपद्माद्विनिसृता भारतामृतसर्वस्वं विष्णोर्वक्त्राद्विनिसृतं गीता गङ्गोदकं पीत्वा पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् एकं शास्त्रं देवकी पुत्रगीतम् एको देवो देवकी पुत्र एव एको मन्त्रस्तस्य नामानि यानि कर्माप्येकन्तस्य देवस्य सेवा
Padmini ji and Veena ji, thank you so much for your very devotional and soulful rendering of chapters 13 and 14 of the Gita. We will now, I'd like to invite Ananda ji to deliver the lecture on chapters 13 and 14. For those of you who know Ananda ji, he really needs no introduction. He has been a regular speaker on the online Gita forum for many years now. And Anandaji and Ushanandaji, they have been very closely associated with Chinmaya Mission for decades. And they have guided so many of us in Singapore with their wonderful teaching and with their wonderful guidance, not just the Gita, but of very many Vedantic texts. Both Anandaji and Ushanandaji conduct regular classes. So you can please get in touch with them for details of those classes. And if you are, whether you're a beginner in the study of Vedanta or a very advanced student in the study of the Vedanta, you will find that Anandaji is an excellent guide for you in your sadhana. Over to you, Anandaji.
Thank you very much. Hari Om. Shall I? Oh, thank you very much. Hari Om and happy Deepavali to all of you. Let us start. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatye Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Before I start, I would like to express my sincere thanks to Gita Jayanti Committee and this year's lead organization, Bengali Association Singapore, for giving me this opportunity to talk about Bhagavad Gita. Thank you very much. In this talk, we are starting around 11:07. I'll try to end exactly an hour late. In this talk, we are going to look briefly 2 chapters of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The chapter 13, Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga, and chapter 14, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. As we all know, Bhagavad Gita conveys in a nutshell the essence of Vedanta. Navigating all situations and relationships successfully is a part of living in this world. Every day we come across with to do, not to do, or do differently. There are no other challenges every day we face. Bhagavad Gita is a manual for happy living, how to face these challenges and how to overcome them. It reveals that I myself is not a source of sorrow. I myself is not a source of sorrow. A revelation is my sambandha, but my sambandha with someone gives me the idea they are suffering, therefore I suffer. Let us take an example. If you are starving, they will not be dukkhi. We will not be dukkhi. But if our child is starving, we will be dukkhi because of relationship. Arjuna, in the first chapter we saw, had shoka because of sambandha, swajanam, sobandhava. How Dronacharya was killed through Ashwatthama, again sambandha. So sorrow will come through relations. That's the entry point for sorrow. All sorrows come through relationships, maybe with the beings or with the objects. And I have accepted the sambandha. Problem is, I have accepted the sambandha, and so sorrow comes. But really, have we inquired, who am I? Vedanta says, you are asangaha. There is no relationship at all, no sambandha at all with you to with anybody else or anything else. It addresses 3 important entities and urges us to first inquire, contemplate, and have clarity in order to understand that I am asangaha. There are 3 entities, Jiva, Jagat, and Ishvara. Ourselves, Jiva, we have to understand who am I, what is my identity and my duty. Jagat, what is this world, how was it created? Ishvara, who is this God? What is his nature? What does he do? Actually, Vedanta comes and tells you, if there are 3 entities, then there is a relationship. There are no 3 entities at all. No difference between Jiva and Ishvara, meaning there really no sambandha. So no sorrows can come to me. Question comes is, how I, a Jiva, a finite entity, be Paramatma, the Ishvara? Through inquiry, Vedanta indirectly conveys there is a beautiful superficial difference between Jiva and Ishvara casted by the Maya. Actually, there's no difference, and we see a difference. A wave and an ocean, we find it's different, but actually it's water only. My room space, I identify with it, and I say sometimes, oh, roof is leaky or something is wrong with the room, etc. But actually this room space is nothing but the total space. Dreamer, in the dream, I suffered a lot. I'm the waker. Actually, upon waking, I have no relation with the dream. So this split has come. Different varieties are created because of which we are suffering. Because we don't know that only one entity. So we are given importance to the names and forms and not paid attention to the essence, the substratum. There's only one, but with multiple names. Vedanta through Mahavakya indicates there is a relationship and says there is no difference in essence. The essence of Jivatma and Paramatma is the same. The 13th chapter, Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga, being the first chapter on this very illustrious path of Jnana Yoga, discusses this identity or oneness that exists between Tvam, Jivatma, and Tat, Paramatma, through proper inquiry, dealing with the Asipada, the identity establishes between Jivatma and Paramatma. Bhagavan Krishna presents the 13th chapter in the form of 6 topics, technical words: Kshetram, Kshetrajna, Jnanam, Jneyam, Purusha, Prakriti. Although Veenaji chanted with the in this text, she started with Bhagavan Uvata Idam Shariram Kaunteya. But actually before that there's one verse. Arjuna Uvacha, in some, not in Bhagavan Shankaracharya's Bhashya and all, we start with the what she started is right. But Arjuna Uvacha is there. Prakritim Purusham Chaiva Kshetram Kshetrajna. There's a one verse before that. That's why Bhagavad Gita has 700 verses. If you omit this first verse, if you take Arjuna Uvacha, it is 701 verses. Both answers are right. Okay. If you study and understand these 6 words, what are the words? Kshetram, Kshetrajna, Jnanam, Jneyam, Purusha, and Prakriti. We will be able to catch the essence of this chapter and meaning the entire Upanishad teaching. What is this Kshetra? Idam Shariram Kaunteya Kshetram. When I say the word number, I am referring to with Arjuna Uvacha. So in you have to minus 1. Idam Shariram Kaunteya Kshetram iti abhidiyate. In the second verse. Majority of us think we are the body, mind, and intellect. Body, mind complex. This body, which we experience intimately, is called Kshetra. Not only the body, everything which is objectifiable, everything that we can see is called Kshetra. Everything, this body plus everything objectifiable, everything that is Drishya. Whatever we see is called Kshetra. For example, in the seat of meditation, the instruction says, or the instructor says, observe your body, observe your breath, observe your thoughts flow or mind. All these things are observable. That means they're all Drishya. So they are not you. They are not me. I can see my hand. This is not me. If I can see pot is not me, I am the hand, I am not me. So the body is also not me. Let us keep that way for a time being. Then let us go simply to understand in simple terms what is Kshetrajna. And one who is dwelling inside the body, who is the knower of the body-mind complex, I know I have pain. I know my eyesight is dull. I know I'm feeling very weak. Who knows this? There is somebody inside who is conscious of it. There is a knowing principle. He is called Kshetrajna. In short, Kshetrajna means conscious principle. Kshetra means matter or inner principle. In the third verse, that is in the Siddhanta Shloka, Bhagavan clarifies who is this Kshetrajna. Is this samsari I, which I feel I am? I'm having a lot of problems going through this, and that is it the I and or asamsari I? Because in our usage every day, aham, I means could be referring to this body, or aham could also be meaning to that Satchidananda Paramatma. One who has no sambandha, no relationship. Is he dukhi or I am dukhi? So he says, Kshetragnam chapyama Kshetragnam chapyamam viddi sarva kshetreshu bharatam kshetra kshetragnayor jnanam yatta jnanam matam bhava. To gain insight into this verse, let us analyze the various stages in our thought development while trying to answer the question, who am I? First we say, I am the body. Is it a correct understanding? We have food outside. I am not the food. We eat the food, food gets modified and excreted. The fecal matter is not me, definitely not me. Food outside is not me, food modified outside is not me. But the question is, the food we inside, which is getting modified, why I give so much of importance, this is me? Why this Annamaya Kosha, the food we take, is getting modified into various things like blood and all the various bones and all matter, whatever we are growing because of the food, Annamaya Kosha. Why we have got attachment to this? When you are not attached to the same food outside or same food outside, when you excrete it. Okay, sir, I understand. Food, I am not the body, this inert body. Okay, I am body backed by consciousness. The enlivening principle is there. That plus body plus that enlivening principle is me. Like the fan backed by electricity is the equipment. Same way. Next level of understanding is that body is the container. I am the content, the invisible consciousness. We call this pot space. This is a room space. First level of understanding is this. But ask the question, where is the pot? Where is the room? Pot is in the space, room is in the space. But what if first you said? Space is there in my pot space. Space is there in my room space. But both pot and room are in the space. So the next big jump in our understanding is, in fact, I am not the body with consciousness, but I am the consciousness with an incidental body envelopment. Space is not in the pot. Pot is in the space. Pot is only an incidental expression. When we condition the space, and the consciousness, not only the space is not only in the pot, in my room, but in your room, others' room, everywhere space is there. Similarly, I am the consciousness not only in this body, but in all bodies also. So how many consciousnesses are there? Bhagavan says, Kshetrajnam chapimam viddi sarva kshetreshu bharata. Sarva kshetreshu, in all kshetras, in all fields, in all bodies, in all objectifiable things, in all drishya vastu, both sentient and inert, I am common kshetrajna, samanya chaitanya. I am there in all. That is container. Bodies are many, But understand that the Kshetrajna, the Atma, consciousness is the same in everyone. Every jiva is nothing but Ishvara in that case. If the same Kshetrajna, the same Paramatma is there in everywhere, Atma is there everywhere, that there is no difference. Yes, definitely. That's what the Mahavakya says. The reality which is inside the same common reality in all beings. Just like sun is one. Suppose you give 100 buckets of water, there are 100 suns you see in the reflection. Electricity is one. Manifestations are many depending on the equipment. Minus the kshetra, minus the equipment, how many electricity is there? Only one. The individual knowers appear many individual knowers, but the consciousness which lends existence and sentiency to them is one and only one knower. Conscious, next question comes is, okay, I am conscious, you are conscious, fine. But what about in between, sir? In between me and you, there is space. Is it conscious? Consciousness is not only in the bodies, but in between also. However, it is recognizable in a living being because of life is manifest. Matter is only a medium for the expression of consciousness. Electricity plus tungsten filament, light is there, manifestation of electricity. Same electricity in the wooden filament, if you put, there's no manifestation. It depends on the matter. Sun is giving the light. Sun can also manifest in solar panel to give electricity. Why I am not getting electricity? You don't have solar panel. If you have solar panel, you get electricity. Similarly, consciousness is there everywhere as existence. In me, there's an equipment, just like solar panel. There's an equipment called Antakarana, in which it manifests and enlivens this body. And same thing with you. But in between, as existence, it is there. So consciousness has two names based on the standpoint. From the standpoint of an individual body or vesti, it is called Jivatma, Samsari, identified with this body. My room space, small room, leaky room, etc., identified with that. From the standpoint of all bodies, Samasti, the total, the very same Atma is called Parama Atma or Paramatma, Asamsari. Total space. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam chindanti. It cannot be cut. It is untouched by all these things. There are many dependent knowers, but there's only one independent knower, Kshetrajna, who alone is in and through, pervades everything, all Kshetras. Kshetras are only conditions superimposed on Kshetrajna. At this point in time, we shall understand this way. We shall proceed when we shall little improve this. Kshetras are only conditions superimposed on the Kshetra. Pot space is only a condition superimposed on the space. Room space is also. The contractor did not create the four walls and filled space inside. No, you're already there. So consciousness or Brahman is one, but appearing as many, we look at along with conditions. That Brahman, Kshetrajnayor Jnanam, this knowledge regarding the Kshetra and Kshetrajna, Tat Jnanam, that knowledge alone is the real knowledge. That alone is the wisdom, Atma Jnana. This would redeem us from the bondage. What bondage? Shoka, Moha, Bhaya. The whole thing, all our problems are at the mind level. Sorrow, shoka, moha, confusions, delusions, and bhaya, fear. All are happening inside. You'll remove that. Why? You are not that. And suppose we negate let us say, okay, because you are saying that I am attached to the container, so let us negate, undress the matter envelopment of vestige, me, as we do in Panchakosha Viveka and others. What happens? And also undress the Paramatma if you can, undress that also. Micro and macro, both you undress. What is left? Is Jivatma left? My Jiva notion, my identification left? Or Paramatma's identification left? No, there is neither Jivatma nor Paramatma. There is only Atma. Kutastha Chaitanya alone is there. Tat Tvamasi. You are that. Pot space, hall space are only there. If adjuncts are removed, there is neither the pot space nor the total space. Kshetrajnam Mam Vidhi Sarva Kshetreshu Bharata is called Jivatma Paramatma Aikya Jnana. Is Aikya Jnana mean? It is a Mahavakya. Tat Tvamasi. Kshetrajnam Mam Vidhi Sarva Kshetreshu Bharata Jivatma Paramatma Aikya. We are putting it. We are bringing it together. They are not different. Therefore, this Vakya, this statement from the 13th chapter is called, this verse, third verse, is called Mahavakya Shloka. In Mandikya Upanishad, Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya in the Bhashya says, all knowledge comes through Shravana only, through listening. Jnana should take place only in the intellect. Intellect is our locus. But Mahavakya, it does not help to know the self. All knowledge comes through Shravana. But Mahavakya helps to negate the very knower. Mahavakya helps to negate the very knower. Which is the knower? Ahankara. This Ahankara is negated by the Mahavakya. Let's examine, look at the free, don't, this Aham Brahmasmi, Mahavakya. Aham Brahma. Brahma is the one what we want to see. Aham is who? Me, intellect, my Ahankara. Negating that is very important. Although we talk about Aham Brahmasmi, Aham and Brahma both are together, which cannot be. That is the point. The whole world is that. That is Satyanrute Mitini Krutyam. Satya and Anruta both are combined. Real and unreal are combined where it is not possible to combine. It's there. Either there is snake or rope. Both snake and rope cannot be there. But same way is Aham Brahmasmi. Aham and Brahman both cannot be there. At the same time, we have to understand when we say the Mahavakya, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham is unreal. It has to go. Only Brahma should remain. That's I am. Then you cannot speak anything. Just quiet. From the consciousness standpoint, if I look at myself and yourself as consciousness, I can say I am you and you are me. Mayite teshu chapyaham is said in the 29th verse of the 9th chapter. That is, I am identified with everywhere. Tattvameva tvameva tat in the Kaivalya Upanishad Mahavakya. From Brody standpoint, I cannot say the same. Your house and my house is same. We cannot say that. From the mind standpoint, I can never say because our mind and emotions are different. From intellectual standpoint, I cannot say because our knowledge and ignorance are different. But regarding the one who is enabling all these experiences, the consciousness, I can say, I am you and you are me. Aham Brahmasmi. Is that a condition? This knowledge regarding the Kshetra and Kshetrajna alone is the real knowledge. All other knowledge do not improve the quality of my life. All other transaction knowledge will not improve the quality of my life. That will create Shoka Moha Bhaya because of this Sangha. This is the only knowledge, which is asanga. How does this knowledge change my life? As long as I am going to think I am the body, I am the mortal individual, finite entity, every moment of my life is driven by the sense of insecurity. In any field. Does it mean if I come to Vedanta and study Bhagavad Gita, Vedantic knowledge will give us security? Vedanta does not give security. Vedanta removes the sense of insecurity. Security is required when there are two things. Vedanta says there are no two things. There is only one. So no question of bhaya, no question of fear. Vedanta reveals the fact we do not require any security from outside. It's our real nature, ekameva advitya brahmaya. That is, Vedanta does not solve our problems at the transactional level, but says there are no problems. And one who has problems is not you. One who has problems is this body-mind complex. You are not that. Therefore, Bhagavan Krishna says, this knowledge regarding the Kshetra and Kshetrajna is Atma Jnana. Okay. Now let us go to the next. Kshetra, little more. What is Kshetra? Verse 4 to verse 7 enumerates 24 things, tattvams, that constitute the Kshetra or objective world, which constantly change. The entire assemblage of 24 tattvas is for one or someone other than the 24 components who resides in. There are 24 tattvas which constitute this whole universe or including my body, 24. Even if you take a samasti, all 24 tattvas are there, including individual, 24 tattvas are there. See, just like the house is not for the house, is not for the door or the window or the roof, it is not. It is for somebody other than the house component. Just like the car is not for the steering wheel or for the doors or the bonnet. No, it is for somebody other than that component. Similarly, this house is for somebody. What is these 24 components? 24 components are mentioned in these verses 4 to 7. Avyakta, that is Maya, Prakriti, Buddhi or Mahat, Ahankara, mind, 5 nascent elements, Tanmatras, and 5 Jnanendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas, and 5 sense objects, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Salam. So that makes up 24. That's good enough for the treatment of that Kshetra at this point in time. So, one important understanding regarding Kshetrajna is original consciousness original consciousness, Chaitanya, is not part of Kshetra. You should be very clear about it. In the 9th chapter itself, Bhagavan said, Maya tata vidam sarvam jagadavyaktu murtina. I am in all of them, but they are not in me. That means what? This Chaitanya is not part of Kshetra. What is part of Kshetra? This Chaitanya reflected in the Antakarana, reflected consciousness Kachidabhasa becomes, that is Kshetrajna, becomes a part of the Kshetra. Okay? That we should be very clear about. This reflection identified with the Ahankara, with the Antakarana, is called Ahankara or Shiva. This Ahankara we refer to as I or Aham due to ignorance. Because we have identified, we refer to it. But what is it? It's original. Ahankara is also an Atma with respect to Sakshi. This only one is thing there. When reflected, this reflected consciousness is also dependent. Without original, there is no reflection. There is no Jivatma without Paramatma. Because they are not separate there. This is an illusion which is created. Reflection in the mirror is an illusion. Only one who is outside is mirror is the real one. There's no independent existence. In our deep sleep, is there Ahankara? Ego is there? Your individuality, personality is there in the deep sleep? No. Same way, it is not there really. If it is reality, it should be there all the periods of time, all time. So no, it is not there. When did this ahankara was born in that case? When did this light, diya, came? Deepavali time. When is diya came? Is diya is real? Ask this question. When the electricity plus tungsten filament come together, a new entity called diya comes. The light comes. Light is not a real, not exist really. It is a combination, or there is a coming of two things. One is reality, sentient. One is insentient. Come together, this comes. So the notion of diya is formed. Notion of light is formed. Similarly, the notion of jivatva is an unholy mix of atma, anatma, atma and antakarana. Unholy mix is this jivatva is born. Can we negate this ankara? No. Only reality given to it can be negated. Why? Trigdrishweka beautifully says, what it says? Ahankarasya tadatma chichaya deha sakshivi sahajam karmajam. Is natural. Whenever there's a mirror, there's a reflection natural. You cannot say it can be negated. Reality given to it, you please negate. It is not real. So to realize this, one has to shift the attention beyond the bodies. Every thought we are cognizing in the mind, there's an object of thought, and there's a thought. This thought is in the mind. Mind itself is inert. Thought is inert. Object is inert. How I am cognizing it? Because of the consciousness which is in me. Our attention should shift from all these things to the one illuminator of my thought. That is the meditation. When? All the time. All cognitions is a meditation, is a candidate for meditate. You have to meditate. Next, we shall look at the other pair. We are Stok, Kshetra, Kshetrajna. Now, Jnanam and Jnayam. What is this Jnanam? Jnanam is the Swarupa or the nature of Brahma. Satyam Jnanam Antam Brahma. This is how in Upanishad, Atma Jnana, Atma Lakshana is indicated. But here in this chapter, Jnanam means values, which indirectly represents sadhana chatushtaya. Values to be cultivated before a clear understanding takes place of the jnaya vastu, of the truth. Some values are inherent in us. Honesty, humility. Nobody needs to teach. It comes inherent in us. The others are acquired. Value for money, pride. All this comes to us. A value has a meaning only if we understand fully the consequences of following the value or not following the value. From verse 8 to 12, Bhagavan gives 20 great positive qualities, values which traditionally is not directly, as I said, given in the Upanishads. But a sadhaka needs to develop. In Upanishad, sadhana shastra is talked first, but here it is after the knowledge it is talked, but before still the 15th chapter has not come, before many other things. So it is given later here in sadhana. This is corresponding to same sadhana shastra. So the purpose of this is to shift our attention from kshetras to kshetrajna. We are not going to look at all the 20 values because of time. We will look at one or two and there are. First is the 8 to 12 verses. 8 to 12, 5 verses talk about 20 values. Amanittam, Adam Vittam, Ahimsa, Shanti Arjavam, Acharyopasanam, Shaucham, Sautam, Stairyam, Atma, Nigraha. Amanitvam. What is Amanitvam? What is Mana? Havaman, Tapaman. What is Avaman means? Measurement. Then we measure ourselves. Sanman. Somebody puts a garland. Sanman. Avaman. Somebody inserts. Avaman. Apaman. All mana means measurement. The amanitvam value means one who does not have self-pride, no vanity, no arrogance, no measure of himself or herself. Where is this measure? Where is this values? Where is this mana coming? Pride and all? It's the quality of the kshetra. That quality of the kshetra of the mind, I've taken it to myself. This is the problem. Pride of wealth, beauty, power, etc. The qualities at the antakarana level, I've taken it myself. How can even a daily routine activities like seeing, hearing, lifting, walking, I cannot take any credit. Without him, before that, behind, you cannot. You may have ears, but without his power of hearing behind, illumining that, we can. What is so great about us? Ahankara coming. I did it, I do, I am saying, nothing. All these are, we are not inquired enough. Without his blessings, nothing can happen. Knowledge plus devotion, both should be there. Go together hand in hand. Whose pride is this? Pride is that ahankara who's ignorant person who does not know about this. So let us attribute all our achievements to Bhagavan's grace. Guru Parampara. Two more. Adambitvam. Adambitvam. Damba means what? Damba means show off, hypocrisy, false projection. To pretend to be what we are not. To present better image to the world about ourselves. Adambitva means no pretentiousness, no show off, no hypocrisy, no false projection. At least in Manitvam, he has got something to talk about. In Dambitvam, he doesn't have anything to talk about. He doesn't have at all. Then he boasts. This is the problem. One more we shall see. Janma, this is the 12th one in the verse 9. Janma mrityu jara vyadihi dukkha doshanu darshanam. Anudarshanam. Constantly reminding. What you have to get reminded constantly? All the time what we are doing? Karma. Look at the defects of the karma. Defects are problems involved in all karmas. One has to be alert. Why? He's saying, Janma mrityu jara vyadi dukkha. All karmas are associated with 5 defects. 5 defects? Dosha. Dukkha dosha. What are the defects? All karmas are associated with pain. AP. Associated with pain. All karmas are associated with temporariness. All karma palas are all temporariness. All are cause dependent. CD. Cause dependence meaning once you get engaged, entangled in that karma forever. Because it's giving you. Ahankara is getting bloated. So you keep doing that again and again. You have to be very alert. DI. It will drain your indriyas. DI. Drain your indriyas. We work so hard. Here, by the time 55 retired, I can't see, I can't hear, I can't walk. Bhagavad Gita hold, you can't do anything. Involved with karma so much. Dissatisfaction guarantee. None of the karma will give you guarantee of happiness, what you wanted. You came for the whole Upanishad is for this purpose. Atyantika dukkha nivrutti, paramananda prapti. No. So, what will happen this value? It will increase my vairagya. These 20 values, this value will increase my vairagya. This will increase and will direct towards the pursuit of knowledge. The 20 values are there to fine-tune our internal equipment of mind and intellect and helps to know the truth who am I. What is Gneyam? Verse 13 to verse 19 is talking about Gneyam. What is Gneyam? Kshetrajna is the truth or Brahman with conditioning. Kshetrajna in the conditioned. Vedic Kshetra Upadhi. Now the same Kshetrajna is presented as Gneyam, unconditioned, absolute truth. Anu Upaita Chaitanya. Chaitanya without Upadhi. Gneyam or Gneya Vastu is the only thing which is worth knowing. All other things are Upadhi related, but what is worth knowing is that without any Upadhis. That is Asangaha. That's the one we should know. Bhagavan Krishna Rao indicates the nature of this Gneyam or the ultimate knower with reference to the known Kshetra. With reference to this, what we know, Kshetra, he is going to show what is a Kshetrajna, that ultimate truth. Why he is doing all these things? For our own reflection, for our own meditation. So he says in the 13th verse, Nyeyam yattat pravakshami yat jnatva amrutamashnuke anadi matparam brahma na sat tat na asat uchyate. To know this unconditioned absolute truth, first we must know his nature. Otherwise, how are we going to identify? How can we identify? Understand him. Urdhva Moola Madashakam, the 15th chapter starts with. That root is Brahman. We have to claim, using this samsara tree, we have to claim, understand, this is a kshetra, to go there. If you don't know what is there when you reach there, how can you? If you're traveling, you should know the destination, what it looks like. Otherwise, what you're going to identify? Same way. What is his nature? Param Brahma, the ultimate thing to be known, called Brahman. He is infinite. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. What is infinite means? What is infinite means? One who is free from time, space, and object. One who is not conditioned by the limitations of the time, space, and object is infinite. What about us? Space-wise, I am very limited. I am sitting in this chair. I am not sitting in the next chair. I am that limited. I am. How can I be all powerful? Time, I was not there 80 years ago. I will not be there next 30 years later. So I'm time limit. Object, I am here in this body. I am not in the other body. So we are all conditioned by three pairs of adjuncts. What are they? Here and there. We are conditioned either I am here or there. Now and then. I am here now or then. Or this and that. So one that is not conditioned by three pairs of adjuncts, here and there, now and then, this and that is finite, infinite. He is sarva vyapi, all pervading, beyond the space also. This Brahman can I know? No, you cannot know through your sense organs. It is not outside lab, what we have 5 sense organs, gathering information, we cannot know. It's only an objective science, it's only information gathering. So all knowledge which we have through our intellect is called lower knowledge. Aparavidya. 7th chapter, you have heard that. And Jay talked about it. Aparavidya. Mundakopanishad also comes. Our scriptures are so great to the extent, Mundako says, even all your Vedas is Aparavidya. He's only helping to go. But finally we have to drop that also. Not until you understand and reach, you all required. So all knowledge we add, or many years, we are adding from many years, not now. Every year we add so many new knowledge we are acquiring. All are relative knowledge. Keep on changing. Just like our computer languages and other things, technology changes, these are also changing. Nothing to, there is one changeless, that is our goal to know that. Sat, tat, na asat uchyate. It is anirvachaniya. This Brahman, Param Brahma, is infinite. It cannot be defined with any of this. Is exist, not exist? We cannot say. Sat or asat. We cannot say by the words. It has no gunas. Okay. Suppose you have milk. Do you say, is the butter there or not in the milk? Potentially it exists. We cannot say many things. All our intellectual categorization, all these things, exist, not exist, it is there, it is not there, all are intellectual categories. Consciousness cannot be known through the intellect, because intellect itself is an effect. From the effect, you cannot know the cause. Manifestation of electricity can be known. Fan is turning because of electricity. What is electricity? Gurudev says, Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda says, if you want to know what is electricity, remove the bulb and put your finger, you will know straight what electricity is. Everybody has to realize that. That is, illuminator or aware, that illuminator or awareness is beyond the gross and subtle, Sat and Asat. In 15th chapter is going to come Kshara and Akshara Purusha. This is Purusha Uttama. It is not Kshara Purusha or Akshara Purusha, it is Purusha Uttama. It is Satchitananda. Realizing this, one goes beyond Sat and Asat. So each one of us have to discover our Brahmatvam by our own self. Nobody will help. Everybody can guide you, but nobody will help you unless we realize individually ourselves what is this Brahman. So through sadhana, like meditation, nididhyasana, we can know the knower from what is already known, kshetra. After tuning our equipment, mind and intellect, through the values, Amanitvam, Adambitvam, 20 values, after tuning, after acquiring the required qualifications, sadhana chatushta, we are ready to know what is Gneyam, our inner core. If you don't understand at present, it doesn't mean your effort is not enough, but our equipment are not yet tuned for this travel. Fourteenth verse talks about who is this Lord that I am seeking. Bhagavan Ramana Mahārshi says, to show him, somebody asked him, show me the God. The great saint raised his hands and fingers and started turning. The perplexed man asked, hey, I wanted to know who is God. Why you are not your finger or hand? The saint said, that because of which the hand and finger moves is God. When we see a building like Marina Bay Sands, we ask, who is the architect behind this great building? But what about when we see a waterfall, snow-capped mountain? It's nature. There is a creator behind. Creation proves that there is a creator. So the self, God or Kshetrajna has manifested as this whole creation. In this creation, everything is seen. This is the metaphorically indicated as a hands, legs, etc. That is stated in 14th verse, etc. Sarvatra panipadam. So tatta sarvatra akshi shiro mukham. That means all these, all eyes, mouth, etc. Just like in Purusha Suktam. Sasra Shesha, Purusha, Sasra, Sasra, everything, all hands, all legs, all eyes, everything is him only. Bhagavan said in the 11th chapter also, he envelopes everything in the Vishwarupa Darshana. Everything is that Kshetra. That consciousness. That consciousness, not some Paramatma, that we are. That's why in the first itself, we said that the Jivatma is not different from Paramatma if you undress everything. How to describe something that is indescribable, infinite, not perceptible to sense organs? Taittiriya Upanishad says, Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. It cannot be described by mind or by speech. One of the ways of defining the indefinable supreme, the subject I, is to indicate in a language of contradiction. Why? To make us think. In the olden days, there are no print, there are no paper, there are no printing mechanism. There are no highlighter, bold italics and all to indicate. They use the different technique. That is language of contradiction. Ishavasya says, what is that? Ishavasya mantra, which says, okay, Bhagavad Gita, najayate na muryate, tadejati, taddaidati, taddure, tadvantike, Ishavasya Upanishad. Change the meter or change the contradiction, provide the contradiction. Here also same thing. He says in the 15th verse, Sarvendriyani gunabhasam, Sarvendriya. So that 15th verse said, that is seeming to possess the functions of all senses, yet devoid of senses. He is unattached, but yet supporting all. He has no gunas, but yet illumines all the gunas. He is all pervasive, both in and out. He is moving and unmoving. It is all. It is in all, in stone, in plant, in animal and human beings. It is far and near. It is far and near. Contradiction. Either you are far or near, but it is both far and near. Avibhaktancha vivakteshu. Undivided, one homogeneous entity, but yet it exists as if divided. It is a substratum. It is a gneyam. It is the light in all lights. Jyotishamapi tad jyotihi. It is the illuminator of darkness also. There are 5 sources of light: sun, moon, stars, fire, and lightning. There are the 5 natural sources of light. It is the illuminator of that also. It is equally available in everyone's heart as a pratyagatma. Hrihi sarvasya yusti, dwelling in the hearts of all. So this, our mind, our intellect has to recognize the oneness of individual knower with the infinite. But it is difficult. Why? Why it is difficult? If Paramatma is everywhere, why I cannot see it? Kena Upanishad says, Shotrasya Shotram Manaso Mano. He is one behind the eyes. A teenager asked his mom, please come to the, mom said, come to the temple. The teenager said, why should I come to the temple, mommy? You are only saying Paramatma is there everywhere. Is he not in my room? Yes. He's not not under my blanket? Yes. So I won't come. That is not the way to look at that thing. He is all pervading is what? Where is the milk in the cow? Milk is everywhere in the cow. But to get that milk, we have to only go to the udder. Not all the milk is there everywhere. To the udder only to extract the milk. Every part is a government. You want to contact the government, we have to go to the particular specific office and meet a particular devata to get your work done. Otherwise, you can't get it. Same way it is. Temple, we have to go because God is everywhere. But for worship, we go to the temple. Everything has its own place. That is, that's the external way of representation, although God is inside. Correct. So Gneya Vastu is that thing which is unchanged, and is that. In this regard, a very, very important verse is mentioned in the 28th verse of this chapter. Okay. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtanta parameshwaram vinashyasva vinashyantam ya pashyati sapashyati. He says that reality which is unchanging is equally existing in all things. Equally, just like in the 5th chapter, we say, Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmano gavitaste suni chaya shavakesha chapandita samadarshan. It exists equally in me, it exists equally in you, in a dog and a dog eater also. So, samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtanta parameshwaram. Samam, it means samam. It is sat. It is isness. Is everywhere. Sama means Brahman. In Bhagavad Gita, Sama word comes more than 80 times. Sama means Brahman. Samadhi means the buddhi is put in Brahman. That means you put your intellect in the Brahman. Samadhi. We have to focus on the substance Sat instead of the non-real Anatma part. So Kshetrajna is that which is Avinashyantam, among the Vinashyantam. Ashariram, just like in Katobhan, Ashariram Sharireshu. So that means both the Kshetra and Kshetrajna are not extremely different from each other. Our mind changes, thought changes, vasanas changes, ahankara changes. Between all these changes, the Chaitanya Tattva, the consciousness, awareness is same. He is Parameshwara, present in all beings. One who knows this, that's what he says. Yapashyati sapashyati. Okay? So one can meditate on this. I am completely different from this ahankara. It is nothing but Kshetra. So Yapashyati sapashyati. He alone who has got this right vision, he is called a seer. He is Samadarshana, Advaita Darshana, Abheda Darshana. So Neya Vastu is Brahman is infinite, only one, Satchitananda, pure awareness. We must shift our attention from Kshetra to Kshetrajna. So, where to look for him in this creation? He alone is there manifested as that. That Purusha, Ishvara or Kshetrajna plus Prakriti, Maya, together is Kshetra, has appeared, not created, is manifested, appeared. Where is Purusha or Kshetrajna in Kshetra? Everywhere. Okay. So, but why we don't realize him? Why don't we see him? Because of the mix of the spirit and inert matter. Is really mix-up has happened? No. Vivarta, it's just an appearance. Blueness of the sky, is it real? No, just an appearance. Mirage water, just an. Similarly, this Jagat is mere appearance. Brahma Satyam, Jagat Mithya. It is a crafty work of Maya. Perception without possibility is Maya. It is a crafty work of that. It means to begin with, I am Brahman. When did I become Jiva? Because of ignorance. And Purusha identifies with the Prakriti and assumes a notion, I am. Jiva is born. Jivatva is born. Notion of Jiva is born. What we have to do? We have to undo this misunderstanding, erroneous understanding. Realization is, I am the Purusha. After this knowledge, I am incapable of getting bound. Last topic in this chapter. Oh, I'm exceeding. Sadhana, spiritual practices and phalam are indicated from 25 to 35. One has to discover all pervading Atma within oneself as Pratyagatma. Lord presents Karma Yoga, Upasana, Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam, etc. as the means for self-knowledge. What phalam it will give you? Right vision. Seeing one Atma through the eyes of wisdom. What is the wisdom? Jnana. This Jnana. Mahavakya Jnana. Transcending mortality. Amrutatva Prapti. In the 29th verse it is said. Discovering the fact that I am Akarta, Abhokta. All karmas are performed by Prakriti. They are the Ahankara. So no prarabdha. So as long as I don't identify with my body, or no prarabdha. Who does the work? Who does the karma? My body. If I don't identify the body, just like in the deep sleep, in the dream. In the dream, you do a lot of things. When the dream body dies, when you disidentify with the dream body, you wake up. Now all the karmas what you did in the dream is of no use, has no effect on you. When you disidentify with the dream body. Similarly, when we disidentify with this waking body and realize that I am the Brahman, then all these prarabdha karma, nothing will have any effect. So there is no question of anybody bound. This vision of the man of realization is the knower, who is the one in all one. Sorry, I'm taking more time. Let us spend me a few minutes on the 14th chapter. Now let us, 14th chapter is the Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. The seed for this chapter comes from the 27th verse of the 13th chapter. What did it say, 27th verse? Yavas sanjayate kinchit sattvam stavaram jangamam kshetra kshetragayo samyoga tad vidhi bharatashabha. The source of creation, both stavaram and jangamam, both are moving and non-moving, is from the kshetra kshetragna samyoga, union between Prakriti and Purusha. From this Prakriti and Purusha union, then this whole creation has come. So what? Yes, you said earlier also, creation has come from the Purusha plus Maya, Prakriti, the creation has come. But this Maya has three gunas. Sattvam rajas sattvam iti guna prakriti sambhavat nibadnanti mahabaho dehe dehi namavyayam. Three gunas, sattva guna, purity, rajas, passion, and tamas. And these three gunas bind us. And these affect all these gunas and have an effect on our mind, on all the things. Okay. How do these gunas play their roles? How is the attachment takes place? How can the individual be free from them? What are the qualities of the gunatita? These are all discussed in this chapter. These gunas pull us down, does not allow us to go towards the original nature. It is the blocking factor. It shows that the world is so enchanting. Go towards it. In the first two verses, Lord glorifies the self-knowledge as Param and Uttamam. Rajavidya, just like in the 9th chapter, Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam, Pavitram Idottamam. Same thing he has said here. The best possible knowledge, and among all the things to be known, this is the one. Subject is supreme and gain is also supreme. So, how are you going to gain this knowledge? Through the mind. For this, the mind should be tuned properly. Mind should be perfect. How do you get the perfect mind? Knowing, tuning, and transcending all these three gunas. Knowing these three gunas, tuning, and transcending. How do you know the three gunas? Knowing the mind means challenges are there in knowing the mind. Sattva. Why? What are the challenges? Sattva guna also binds us by creating attachment for pleasure, creating attachment for knowledge. I know this much, I know this much, I know this Vedas, that Vedas. I'm Chaturvedi, I'm Trivedi. All these things are binding. You often fail to notice this. Rajoguna, it creates attachment towards the action. Tamoguna is one creates attachment to inaction, inertia. Each guna is there in all of us, and not all the time. In some, depending on the time, one of them is more dominant than the others. We have to tune this mind. How do you tune the mind? Being intellectually alert. By all round sattvic, consuming sattvic diet. Sattvic diet? Not just this diet, eating from all the 5 sense organs, the diet coming through all sense organs. Yuktahara viharasya. What we eat, what we see, what we do, what we hear, all matters to have a sattvic mind. By observing others, all the saints, observing the others, by sequentially conquering the gunas. First, if you are tamasic, do some work, go to Rajo, from Rajo to Sattva, some Tamas, some Sattva to beyond Buddhas. We can transcend the mind by means of knowledge as the means to go beyond it. That means first we have to make our mind Sattva, then understand that to tackle the bondage of, then tackle the bondage of the mind with these gunas, and learn, develop the Viveka Shakti to discriminate and own up the Gunatita Purusha in each one of us. Just like we have the other Purushas in us, Purusha Uttama is coming later in the 15th chapter. This Gunatita. Atita means was transcended, was crossed beyond. Guna was crossed beyond the gunas. So lastly, we shall look at what are the some characteristics of a realized master beyond internal and external moods. Anybody who has realized this, was conquered these three gunas, who's conquered the guna means he is working, he is transacting in this world, but with such an attitude. He knows, he understands, he is Gunatita. He is mere witness, and he is the mere witness of the interplay of the world and the mind. This mind, which is not me, and the world, they are interplaying. I am witness, I am watching this. Udasina Vadasinam. It is in the 23rd verse. It also comes in the 9th chapter, 9th verse. Udasina Vadasinam. He is asinam, he is sitting without caring. Udasina. That much detachment he has. His own mind. Oh, I will not do. Seated in the infinite self, swastha. Swastha means his own nature, natural state. He is sitting in swastha, in most natural state. His response to the world is also just. If required, he contributes to society. It's not that he is living idly, he is contributing to society. Lastly, Arjuna asks a question. Tuning the mind seems to be very difficult. Is there any shortcut method? Same thing, Arjuna's similar pattern in the 6th chapter. Is the mind is prabala, so is there any shortcut to tune the mind? Lord says, yes. Loving the Lord of all minds, the path of devotion. Path of devotion, you can reach me. So he says in the 26th verse, Mam chayo vibicharena bhakti yogena sevata sagunan savatitaitan brahma bhuyaya karpate. So may we also ask this instruction and serve the Lord. May we also not ask from Bhagavan to give this instructions. He has given already, to take these instructions from Bhagavan and serve the Lord with supreme devotion, to be able to transcend these three gunas, and to whom we have become. We have become to whom? It means three gunas, we have become the slaves to travel from bondage to beauty. Arjuna's number of questions have come down, but still he has a few more questions until the 18th chapter. Shows that this knowledge is not easy to assimilate. When Shvetaketu in Chandakya Upanishad, after studying for 12 years in the Gurukula, came back. When his father, Uddalaka Muni, asked the questions, do you know this? He said, I don't know, perhaps my teacher also did not know. After 12 years, what happened? Then the father taught him. He has studied for 12 years, remember. How many times he taught? 9 times he said, Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi. When he did not understand, even after such a old person of going for 12 years in Gurukula did not understand, it took 9 times for his father to teach. What about us? No matter if you go through Bhagavad Gita 9 times, 90 times, 900 times, does not matter. We have to realize this. It's not how many times we go through, how much has gone through us. What is that we have to realize? Until we understand. One who is studying the scriptures, one who is meditating, is Meditator is not me. Meditator is ahankara. One who is studying the scripture is not me. Ahankara. One who is seeing simple things, one is seeing, one is walking, one is lifting, is not me. It is ahankara. To understand this, we require 3 C's. Consistency, commitment, continuity. If you follow this, then Lord Hanumanji, who is silently listening to this teaching of Bhagavad Gita, will definitely bestow upon these 3 for our successful spiritual quest. Thank you very much. Hari Om. Hari.
Hari Om Ananda ji.
Thank you. Hari.
Thank you so much for a very beautiful, detailed, and illuminating explanation of Kshetra, Kshetrajna, and all of the questions which Arjuna had asked, for beautifully laying it out for us in an easily understandable manner. We are shortly going to open for questions from the audience who's there online. But before we open for questions, I have just a couple of information things to share about Gita Jayanti upcoming events. And even before I share information on the upcoming events, on behalf of Gita Jayanti, we do want to take the opportunity to wish everyone Shubh Deepavali. And the next event which is going to come up, the next big event is the 1st of December, where we are going to have the Sampurna Gita Parayan, chanting of all of the 18 chapters of the Gita on the Mokshada Ekadashi day at PGP Hall. Please do make it a point to attend. Please register, and please do request your family and friends also to register so that we can make the necessary arrangements for all of the devotees who are coming. Just wanted to remind you that the next online Gita Parayan and Satsang session is going to be on the 1st of November. So please join us for that. And just a month later, we will also have the Sampurna Gita Parayan. Of course, in between 1st of November and 1st of December, we will have a couple of more sessions of the online Gita Parayan. So this is just a quick reminder of the upcoming events. Let me now take the slides down and invite anyone who has questions. Please unmute yourself. Please ask questions. If you want to put your questions in chat, you can do that also.
I have no questions, but I just want to request if it is possible to have this recording available, because it's really brilliant how Anandaji used chapter 13 to actually expound the whole Bhagavad Gita, the essence of the whole thing, in a very detailed, concise, and to the point. So I would really appreciate it if you make this video of his teachings available so that others can listen to it, and I can also re-listen to it. Thank you.
Thank you for that. The recordings of all of the online Gita Parayan, including today's Parayan and Anandaji's talk, is available. It's on Gita Jayanti's YouTube channel, and it's also on Gita Jayanti's Facebook page. So if you would search for Gita Jayanti Singapore either on Facebook or on YouTube, you will find that you have access to Anandaji's lecture as well as the lectures of others who have done over the last 8 weeks. Thank you for that, Michael.
Any questions?
Just a small question.
Yes,
my question is like consciousness is, constant. I mean, a constant, but our Chidabhasa, like during the waking, dream, and deep sleep, like what is causing this change? That means at deep sleep, like during the night, we are able to drop our ahankara easily and get a good sleep. But why is it during the day, it becomes so difficult for us to like control our ahankara? Yeah, that is
Why? Why? Sajiv, you are attending so many classes of mind, so you should know this. You see, in the day, you see, let us go back from deep sleep. Deep sleep, when you get up, what do you say? Had a blissful sleep. You did not know anything. That means what? You knew it. That means consciousness was there. That's why you are saying, I had a blissful sleep. But what you did not know, you did not know the world, you did not know yourself, your body, mind, intellect, your ahankara was not there. Why? When you get up in the morning, your mind, antakarana, mind, intellect, complex comes. That is the one which projects all the other things. The whole world is projected because of the mind, body, this mind and intellect complex. Just like, let me give an example, which I've given many times. In the physics experiments, we have a light and a prism and then the spectrum, right? So the light, prism and the spectrum. Spectrum is variety, multiplicity is there. The world is there. This light alone is there. This prism, which is 3 sides, suppose you collapse 2 sides. What is there? No prism. There is no spectrum. There is one. So this, what is this collapse? 3 sides are body, mind and intellect. Your mind and intellect collapse. Then there is no spectrum. There is no plurality. Similarly, when consciousness functions through the antakarana, the chidabhasa is there, which is in the daytime, in the waking state, in the dream state, it is identified with the mind, intellect, which is there. Mind is there, active in the dream also, in the dream also, in the waking state also. So identify with it, then I identify as a jiva. But the same consciousness is there. But what happens in the deep sleep state? It is in the dormant state. The mind is in the dormant state. In the dormant state, chidabhasa is not there. Chidabhasa is not reflected. That means jivatva, jiva, is identity with the jiva is not there. So I'm not able to identify it with my body also, with my mind also. So that is where the difference comes. The difference is the identification with the mind. Identification antakarana is not possible in the deep sleep state. That's why we say chidabhasa is not there. Chidabhasa is not, you see, all are paryaya shabdas. Chidabhasa, ahankara, mind, jiva. All are paryaya shabda, used at different times, different contexts. All are not there because it is not reflected. Any other question? Another good example to understand the principle: light, normal prism and spectrum and prism. Another good example. Okay, fine. Any other questions? No? Anand?
Okay. I don't think anyone else has other questions.
Either it was too high or too simple. Anyway, doesn't matter.
No, very clearly explained, Anandaji.
Okay.
Anyone else? We will take another 10 seconds and see if anyone else has another question. Okay. Srinivasan
Hari
ji?
Om. Yeah, not a question. Just thought I'll share another example. Anandaji was mentioning about the teenager questioning, why should I go to the temple? And when God is everywhere. So I was reminded of a very joke of olden times. I mean, not the modern people understand it today's context, but in those days, it was mandatory to carry a lamp in front of the cycle when you are going out and everything in the night time. So one day the cyclist did not have the lamp or anything. Then he said that policeman stopped him and tried to summon him or anything. Then this guy said that, look, why should I have a small light in my cycle when the street lights are all over there? Why should I wait? Fine. So the policeman did not say anything. He just took out the wall from this cycle tires. The cycle tire flattened. Then he said, what you're doing? He says, the air is everywhere. Now you drive. So, so when you localize, the power is greater. So the man understood. So such examples will lead to the teenagers to understand
Very good.
where should we go there.
Very good. Very
Thank
good. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Srinivasan ji. Okay. I guess there are no questions. So let me take this opportunity on behalf of Gita Jayanti Singapore to thank Anandaji for his wonderful lecture. Thanks are also due to Vinaji and Padminiji for their wonderful chanting. And we will conclude today's Gita Parayan and Satsang with closing prayers.
Sorry, before that, we'll also like to thank Anandji for continuously hosting very beautifully the sessions, including today's one. Thank you, Anand.
Thank you.
This Anand. Which Anand? You are talking about Anand. Oh, it's not me. There are two Anands here.
You are always Ananda or true nature.
Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Hari Om everyone, Jai Shri Krishna. See you again on the 1st of November for the online Gita Parayan. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Thank you
Hari
very
Om.
much. Thank you, Anand.
Happy Diwali.